Hey guys, welcome to this week's Sprinkle Live. So this week I promised you that we're gonna teach you how to make an investment decision. If you missed my previous videos, I've gone through how to use the iOS application, how to use the Android application, and how to use the web application. For this segment, I'll use the iOS application because it's, for me, the most handy tool. Of course, you can use all of them to make your investment decision, but the iOS application is pretty good. So let me jump in and show you a little bit what we're going to do today. So I'll jump in here. Alright, so now you should see the application. Perfect. So now you can see here I'm in the feed, but let's jump into my dashboard. And you can see here that I don't have any buying power right now. I only have $27 in buying power. So my first decision should probably be, okay, if I want to buy something, I need to sell something. So these are the stocks that I have right now. Let's jump in and see which one of them I should probably sell. So a good way of doing this is if you click on my positions, you get it up like this, and then you can just click on it, and then you can see here. So for example, Amazon for 28% of my portfolio value. So far I'm slightly down on them. Then I have Delta, which is 6% of my portfolio, and I'm really up on them as well. Then we have Deutsche Bank for 12% of my portfolio, been doing really well for me as well. I just doubled down on Fitbit here, 38% of my portfolio, and I'm looking for them to bounce back here soon. Then another one that I just picked up is JCPenney. You can see it's just a small piece of my portfolio. And then we have Lending Club, which I'm down 10% and it's just 2% of my portfolio. And then I have SQQ, which is an ETF for shorting the technology market. Alright, so how can I make a decision of which of these ones I should sell? Let's start from the beginning. So here, if I click on a ticker, Amazon up here, I go straight in. The first thing I see is that this has a VPI of 64, so I probably won't sell this right now because VPI is a pretty strong indicator if things are going to continue. And now people are asking how things are going for the Facebook Live. Is going pretty well, I think, if you just log in. Then you have the analyzer. It says that it's undervalued, so you can check this out. See? So comparing with Google, Microsoft, Netflix, and Yahoo, we got some ways to go. Of course, it's with revenue, so let's look at EBITDA multiple. Okay, so it's still got ways to go. 52%. I'm gonna keep Amazon, so that's not gonna be my sell. Delta, I have a nice gain on them, and you can see here the VPI is still 58, so that's bullish. And you can see the analyzer says 7 or 13% undervalued. So I'm gonna keep this and shoot for $58 before I sell it. Let's go to the next one. Here we have Deutsche Bank. Been doing really well for me lately. And same thing, high VPI and undervalued. I got this question earlier today, why am I still holding Deutsche Bank even though I'm up a lot with it? Well, let's go back a little bit. See, here is kind of the thing that you're looking at. So there was actually a time when this was trading around $30 without any issues. Might not come back to 30 directly, but could probably hit 25, so I'm going to keep this one. Fitbit. So here, same thing. VPI is high of 61, 8% undervalued, so still got some ways to go. So I'm probably gonna keep holding that, and you can see here it's bouncing back from its previous lows. JCPenney. Here you can see it's not as heavily traded on SprinkleBit, so it has a VPI of 50, which is neutral. But what really got my attention here is how undervalued it is. 56% undervalued if you look compared to Nordstrom, Kohl's, Macy's, and Sears. So for me, this is a no-brainer. I'm definitely going to keep this one. Lending Club. Let's take a look at Lending Club. So you have a VPI of 43, saying that momentum tells you to sell. And you have the analyzer saying that it's undervalued. So this is comparing with Ally Financial, Apollo Commercial, the mortgage. Okay, so let's double check this. So let's just look at revenue multiples, for example. Okay, so revenue multiples gives an even higher expectation. Let's see what their EBITDA multiples tells us. Okay, so this is more what we want to look at. So I'm going to change this a little bit and just look at the EBITDA. Oh, sorry. 1 second. There we go. So now we have the EBITDA multiple and we have the revenue multiple, but still undervalued to this, according to the analyzer. So you have contradicting VPI and the fundamentals. So here I'll have to make a decision if I want to sell to follow the technicals. But let's look at where this stock has been before. So you can see here, this stock used to be trading around $7. So 6.6, I think it's is a good target for it. So I might keep that. Alright, so let's look at SQQ. Okay, so here you can't do fundamental analysis because this was called an exchange traded fund. It's not a company, it's just a security. So what we look at here is the VPI. So around 50 it's neutral. But if you compare this with all the other ones, this will be the one I would sell. So let's go ahead and place a sell order. I'll do for 100% of my holding. Next, I'll do a market, and then I confirm. I'll motivate this order, showing in Sprinkle Live. There we go. And then I'll post that one. Boom. Okay, so now we made our first investment decision. Now the next one is even harder. It's what should you buy? And that's why you have this nice activity feed here, because you can see what people are trading. So here, for example, people are selling Discover, they're selling Bank of America, buying BPX Energy, selling Cirrus Logic, buying Deutsche Bank. So this is interesting. Here is a stock that has earnings tomorrow. One thing that I would stay away from is to play earnings play, because there's a lot of risk there. So here you can see not all of people are trading this, so I'm going to stay away from it. There's no indicator that I would use to trade this ahead of earnings. Here's a stock that we actually have some interesting data on. So if you would have followed this over with the VPI was 770, let's track this back. you would have bought it around 39, and now it's up at about 42, so that would have been a pretty good return. But still, I'm not going to buy anything that is not high VPI, or the analyzer tells me that it's undervalued. Okay, so here, same thing. It's kind of neutral, and it's actually overvalued, so I'm going to stay away from this for now. Netflix, I think they're pretty good where they're at. Let's do this. Let's go in, let's look at the stock screener, and this is some really cool thing you can do. So you click on crowdsourced. I want to see what people are watching, not what they're buying. What do they have on their watch list? And they have to have at least a VPI of 7 or better. Alright? Let's check that out. Okay, so we have 184 stocks that gives this result. Let's see which one have moved the most. So here are the one are going down. CRM, that could be an interesting play. So interesting, super high VPI, but overvalued according to the analyzer. Let's double check this. So we're looking at the EBITDA multiples with Adobe. Actually, let's change this. Let's do Microsoft, and let's do Google, and let's see here. So we have Adobe, Google, Microsoft. Let's change Microsoft to, actually no, we're fine. Okay, so compared to these companies, it is overvalued. I'm just thinking if these are the right comparables. And let's look at that overall chart. Okay, so now I can see why the VPI is starting to go up. You can see there's a momentum change here. So if we change this to a 3 months, you can clearly see it was up here at 78, then dropped down to 68, and now it's trailing its way back. So you can see here, same thing, that it was a strong sell, and now it's a buy. So this time I'm actually going to follow the VPI, and I'm going to buy some Salesforce. So here's also another good thing to think about. First of all, your first order should be around 1,000 sprinkle bucks. That's as good as it gets for size. Then I also recommend that you don't buy all at once. So don't put all your money in at once. I say, hey, why don't we start with, let's start with say 2,000, and then I'll confirm this, and then I'll confirm the order. The reason why I say that you should only do a little bit at first is because if the stock goes down, you now have a chance to buy it at a lower price. If the stock goes up, you've confirmed your theory, and then you can buy some more. So don't put all your money in at once. Start to feel it out. That's also a really good thing to do. So here, for example, if I read an article, I can link that. So I'll just click here and it gets linked. If I followed someone, I can just type that user's name in here and that shows up. So right now I'm just going to put my motivation. The PI shows strong buy at 73. So that was actually how easy it is to make an investment decision on SprinkleBit. Of course, there are more ways you can do this. There are 1,000 ways to skin a cat. For example, here you can go in, you can click on a user, you can click on their portfolio, their positions, and all of a sudden you can see what they're holding in the same thing. So you can swipe this through and see how big a position do they have in on their different positions, you know? So super easy there. Another way you can do it is you can go in, click on tools. Tools is where you have all the information that you need to make an investment decision. And then at the top here is your personal information. So let's start with tools. You can, if you just want to do some moves, you can do gainers and losers, or you can check out recent orders, for example, see what people are trading. And then you have your alerts. So for example, I have people that I follow and get notification when they trade. I've already set my alerts on different stocks. So you can see that. And yeah, you saw the analyzer, you saw the stock screener. So the stock screener is even cooler. You can do a lot of cool things there. So for example, I have my own filters that I can put on, and I'd be like, yeah, I want to have this filter, and I have the perfect ones here. But what you also can do is that you can use my filter. So if you go in, you click on community, you'll find my filters in here. So already pre-made, already done, super easy. So you can quickly find the stocks you want. And if you click on the settings here, you can change what type of data you want to see. And you can make an investment decision from there. But the two things that I want you to keep in mind, as I told you, is the VPI and it's the analyzer. I think that's it. I do have a question here though. When is the good time to sell? Yes, so this is also an interesting thing you can do is, for example, you can go in on your stocks and you can place what's called a stop order. So here, let's put a sell, and I'm going to sell half of my position, and I'm going to do a stop order, and just a regular stop, and I say this. So if the stock drops to $49, I want to exit out. So that's why you use a stop. It's basically, you're not selling it now. It's if the stock starts to drop, you sell it here. So I'll put it here, and then I'll just say placed stop order at 49. There we go. So now, if the stock goes down, I can get it sold, and I can still keep my profits. That's a really good way to keep an eye on your things. On the other way, you can do it when you want to buy things. You put a limit order. So if you've been following a stock, let's say for example here, and you see, oh, it's been down at 1874. I want to get in at 1874. You just put a limit order at that price, and then it gets executed when it goes down to that. Okay, yeah, as I said, those are the easy ways to make an investment decision. And of course, you can ask the community. We even got the chat on here, so if you want to chat with me and things like that, just hit me up on SprinkleBit and I'll answer your questions. I see that we have a few questions on here. We're just running a little bit behind on time, so what I'm going to do is that whatever questions you have on this Facebook Live, I'll answer both on SprinkleBit, and we'll take it up in our next Sprinkle Live. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.